Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This video is for all students who study Mega Goal 4. Today we will do Unit 6, Lesson 1. Today's lesson is about present hypothetical conditionals and past hypothetical conditionals. In other words, we call them the first conditional and the second conditional. We use present hypothetical. The word hypothetical means it's something imaginary. It's not real. Present hypothetical means it's not real present. So we use present hypothetical conditionals to talk about imaginary situations. The simple past tense is used if in the if clause. Would, could, or might is used in the result clause. You will understand what this means from these examples. Number one, if you asked me my opinion, I would tell you the truth. Well, in fact, I'm not asking you for your opinion, but this is just an imaginary situation. If you did so, I would tell you the truth. So again, if you asked, we used past simple here. And then in the second part of the conditional, we use would and the infinitive. Of course, you can use could or might as well. If we knew where she lived, we could send her flowers. If we knew, we don't know where she lives. So if we knew where she lived, we could send her flowers. We use past hypothetical conditionals to talk about things that did not happen in the past. So unlike the present hypothetical conditionals, you're talking about something that is not real in present. But the past hypothetical, you're talking about something that you regret or criticize that happened in the past. They are often used to express regret or criticism. The past perfect is used in the if clause. So in the first one, we used past simple. But in this one, we're going to use the past perfect. And then would have, could have, or might have is used in the result clause. Let's look at the examples. If I had tutored him, he might have passed the test. That means I didn't tutor him, so he did not pass the test. If Audra had been honest, she would not have gotten into trouble. But Audra didn't tell the truth, so she did get into trouble. So you're talking about something that you regret or criticize that already happened in the past. So you need to use past perfect and then might have or would have or could have and the past participle of the verb. Now let's do an exercise on this. We're going to do the first four sentences or questions in this exercise. Rewrite each sentence as a conditional. My sister doesn't know what happened, so she's not mad at me. So this is the reality. She doesn't know and she's not mad at me. But let's make a hypothetical situation in the present. If my sister knew what happened, she doesn't know, right? So if she knew what happened, she would be mad at me. Number one, Ibrahim doesn't take good care of himself. That is why he gets sick so often. So he doesn't take good care of himself and he gets sick so often. So if Ibrahim took good care of himself, he wouldn't get sick so often. Let's look at the answer. Exactly. So if Ibrahim took good care of himself, he wouldn't get sick. Now, the second one, he had an accident because he wasn't driving carefully enough. So this is something that actually happened. Now, let's criticize it or regret it. So let's criticize this. If he had been driving carefully enough, he wouldn't have had an accident. So again, or you can also say if he had driven more carefully, past perfect, simple. If he had driven more carefully, he wouldn't have had an accident. Number 3, I took the course because I didn't know how hard it would be. So this is in the past. It already happened. So let's regret it. So if I had known how hard the course would be, I wouldn't have taken it. If I had known how hard this course would be, I wouldn't have taken it. Now, number 4, the last example or the last question, he isn't my son, so I can't tell him what to do. So in reality, he's not my son. So let's make hypothetical or present hypothetical conditional. So if he was or were my son, I could tell him what to do. Again, if he were my son, I could tell him what to do. Now, this is the end of our lesson today. Thank you for watching.